to everybody who has made the effort to turn up for today's meeting. You know, it was just a very unfortunate set of circumstances last time around where 3 people couldn't make it right at the very last minute. So, you know, we've done well with attendance till the last meeting. So, but it did feel worthwhile trying to get this done so we can go to the board hopefully a week on Friday and confirm that we're in a position whereby we approve the account. So thank you to everybody for making the effort to turn up. And say I don't think we've got a huge amount to go through, so we'll crack on. Apologies for absence, Craig.
Yes, thank you, Chair. I've received one apology for absence from Councillor Jackie Prestwood.
Okay. Thank you. Declarations of interest. Just remind members of the need to declare any disclosable pecuniary interest they have in any item being discussed during the course of the meeting. In addition, the receipt of any gift or hospitality should be declared where the value is thought to have exceeded £25 or £40 for hospitality. Anything to declare?
I use Venturers Bus Pass.
I'm not sure that is disclosable, is it?
It's a public, yes. So I'm just being sort of open and honest with it. So
yeah. Right. Minutes of the last meeting. Thank you, Craig, for turning these around so quickly from the last meeting. And I just note that obviously it'd be highly desirable for these minutes to also be turned around and put in the pack for the board, which I presume are going out Thursday, Friday.
It's today.
Today.
Yes, today. Please be available to read them today.
Looks like I'm available this afternoon to review the minutes. Okay. Right. In terms of the minutes of the meeting on the 18th, are people happy that it's an accurate record?
Chair, there's two little things which may need adjusting.
Yes.
Section 34 or minute for 34. The name is Councillor Gurmeet Singh Sohal rather than the other way around.
Oh,
yes. I know Rose will probably should have had them, but obviously I spotted it quickly. Yeah. The other bit, minute 35, because we were not quoted.
Yeah. So
we have to retrospectively do it now.
Yes.
So I thought that should be the right way to do it, because we were not able to do it because we were not in the court.
Yeah. Absolutely right. Thank you. Any other comments? Everybody happy that it's an accurate, other than those 2 points? Happy that it's an accurate representation of the meeting. Good. Okay, which brings us Chair's remarks. Sorry, matters-wise we've done. Chair's remarks, if any. On this occasion, I have no remarks to add to the comments I made at the last meeting. So I think we can move to item 6, which is the annual accounts. Louise, are you going to take us through this?
Yeah, so the annual accounts are included in the meeting pack. We presented on the 18th of November the draft audit findings report, and the updated audit findings report is now included in the meeting pack with the text that's changed since the original is highlighted in yellow. I'm not proposing to say any more unless you think I should. No, I think
we can obviously invite everyone to comment in a moment, but in terms of obviously at the last meeting I was invited to make any final tweaks with wording. Literally it's just a few very minor comments to the draft which basically reflect the effluxion of time, you know, because comments are made and then 3-6 months later something will have happened. So so I think those aren't in this pack, are they?
But they will be
in the final version.
In the final
okay,
version.
So there's a few very minor typographical type updates that I have given to the team. Okay, so Grant Thornton.
Thank you. As Louisa said, we have highlighted the changes in this version of the report in yellow. So there's not a huge number. I think the important thing to flag is that there is one additional unadjusted misstatement, which is just over £1 million, which is it's an extrapolation of the findings of one of our sample tests. So we wouldn't normally expect management to adjust for extrapolations because it's not an accurate number. So we're comfortable with that as long as you are. And then I just wanted to quickly run through kind of the outstanding work, just to confirm that our work on the group accounts is now complete. That kind of comment through the report about analytical procedures being in process. So those are now done.
Oh, okay.
They're progress since yesterday when we did this. The items listed in the headlines as being outstanding, we are down to just our final few sample items for testing. We're not included in reviewing significant issues coming out of those. The mention of a review of assets with no net book value. This is just, it's through the review process, it's been flagged that there are quite a significant sort of gross value of assets in the asset register which have no net book value in the balance sheet. So it's just to check that those assets are still in use and still right to be included in those accounts. So, but just to clarify that even if there is an issue there, it will only be within the property, plant and equipment disclosures. It won't impact on the primary statements. The review of the MRP is nearing completion. No sort of new issues to report. We're expecting the findings to be broadly in line with what they were last year. The IS 19 assurances from the pension fund auditor are still outstanding, but we are expecting them this week. And I've not been made aware of any significant issues, so I am hoping that it will be a relatively quick job to close that down once we get it.
Is that from Grant Thornton?
It is Grant Thornton, yes. And then just to flag that obviously the work that has been done in the last week or two is still sort of subject to quality review by both Zach and myself. And we are doing that as quickly as we can, but both of us do have audits that are impacted by the statutory backstop next Friday. So our attention is a little bit split at the moment, but we're working through things as quickly as possible.
Okay. Any questions for Grant Thornton on the status of the work? Okay. I suppose clearly we have our board on Friday. Be highly desirable for us to be able to say at that board meeting that we have completed the work and have signed the accounts. I hear what you just said about, and obviously I have a strong preference that the time between this meeting and the actual date on the accounts is as short as possible as well. So is there anything we can do? I say we, I mean the authority can do.
No, the engagement we're getting from the finance team is very, very good, and we're working through the last little bit. So it's just on us to find the time to do those final processes. Okay.
Well, you hear the sentiment of this meeting, I think, which is, you know, this very strong desire to be able to report on the meeting next Friday. Other than that, I'm comfortable that the issues.
We need some sort of an assurance for the funding going forward, 26, 27.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need that assurance. When can we?
Do you want to comment further on that? Because there was a very explicit point we discussed at the last meeting, but there may be a further update on that.
Yeah, so we have a conversation. So I think I confirmed last meeting that we now have confirmation that we have sufficient funding through to March 26. There is an underlying financial sustainability issue around the provision of public transport. That is not necessarily just an issue for the West Midlands. That is a national issue still and affecting most mayoral combined authorities. We are talking to leaders, the mayor and leaders this tomorrow, actually, around the budget proposals for next year, but equally to ensure that attention is focused on the medium and longer term financial sustainability options. There are various options that are available to us. We'll be talking to the mayor and leaders, and there'll be a full update in the January financial monitoring report about where we are with that longer term piece. And obviously, as part of the draft budget and the budget setting for 25-26, we will include an update in that as well around that position.
Okay. Obviously, confirmation out to March 26 is helpful from a pure going concern perspective, where you're required to look for more than at least 12 months on the date of signing of the accounts. So that is helpful to have that initial confidence. Okay. Any further questions for Grantham or for the finance team at the authority? If not, can I sort of draw everybody's attention to the recommendations, therefore, that are set out on page 9, item agenda 6, in that we've been asked to approve the accounts, note the report from Grant Thornton with its latest update, noting that they're proposing to issue an unqualified audit opinion. And just to clarify that, that basically means that we no amendments to the standard wording that you would normally see in an auditor's opinion. Approve the signing of the letter of representation, which was in the previous report as well, which again, I think at the last meeting was confirmed have no particularly unusual items contained there within. Approve that I could be authorised to sign off any further final changes. I'm not aware of anything further. Obviously, Grant Thornton highlighted there was one possibility of a tweak to the PP&E note, but it'll only be within the notes, the accounts. And then subject to that the Mayor and the Exec Director of Finance be authorised to sign the accounts. And we also note the annual report, which hasn't been repeated in these papers, and that we will approve the publication of that report on the website. So are people happy to go ahead with those recommendations?
Move to accept the all recommendations. Yes.
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 Everybody happy? Okay. Very good. Thank you very much indeed. Right. I think in accordance with back to Payne's request, that is the final item on the agenda. Oh.
Yeah, I just wanted to say immense gratitude for you all coming in. I know it was an additional ask of us, but it was really important for both myself as the FD of the authority, but also the finance team in terms of all the hard work, and also thanks to Lauren and the audit team for getting this done so quickly. As Mark said, there's only 5 authorities in the country that have signed off their accounts so far, so we are in the top 10. Hopefully, once we actually get a signature on them, hopefully next week. But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you ever so much to all of you for making the time to come to this extraordinary meeting and making sure that we're core up today. So thank you.
Yeah, and I just echo those thanks. Thank you very much indeed. Yes, your timing is impeccable. I do apologise. We have completed. We're just completing the meeting, but I'll was there any particular concerns that you wish to raise in the context of the?
Maybe anything to do with West Midlands Railways.
Maybe there's
some things. Trains didn't stop. I do apologise, Chairman.
No. In fact, we are so grateful that you've made the effort to arrive. Yeah, we fortunately we were quorate and therefore able to start the meeting, and so we have done so.
You got here the quality.
Yeah. So provided you are happy to confirm you are happy with the recommendations in item 6, then we will add you to the quorum and in terms of that meeting as well, and it shall be formally noted. So thank you. Date of our next meeting is 3rd of February. Again, always some important issues to pick up on there as well in terms of some of our normal reports, and including the signing off of the Treasury Management Strategy. Yeah. So there will be a training session from Link to enable committee members to feel comfortable in terms of responding to that. If nothing else, I wish you all the very best for the festive season that is coming.
Why no mince pies here today?
Second.
Why no mince pies here?